you know who he is. Thank you very much. You guys are in the right room, right? McKay's kind of a jerk, isn't he? Just, what does that make all you guys? Just asking. I love Australia. You guys are like the loudest bunch. I rest my case. And you make great coffee. So how do you want to do this? You want to ask some questions, or you just want to scream and take photos? I'm happy with either. It's like a Duran Duran concert. Not that I've ever been. Should we answer some questions? What do you got? There's one right up there. Oh, there you go. You both ask at the same time. Sorry, why don't we let her up and go first, because her hand came up first. And then you're up. Better be good, though.
I suppose the obvious question is, how did
Wait, I'm filled with dread as soon as you say that. Obvious question is,
and why do you keep playing him so well?
what was the first part of the question?
Well, you can answer both. How did you get the role?
How did I get the role? Very carefully. I was offered a different part. Actually, a part of a lost alien, I think, was the original part, and I couldn't do it. Which is sort of fortuitous, actually, because I think rather than being a lost alien who never showed up again, I got to play McKay, who just, you couldn't get, it's like a cockroach. Couldn't get rid of him. So I literally showed up. They said, Rob Cooper had seen me in a, I think it was The Cube, or combination of The Cube and a show called Traders that I've been doing, and just wanted me to do the show. So I was like, sure, you want to pay me, bring me up to Vancouver, it's fine. And then I sat down to sort of research Stargate, and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, you guys sort of know your stuff, so should I? And I said, so I called the office and I said, look, can you, do you have like any sort of paperwork on, like, is there any sort of like history stuff that I could read? They're like, are you kidding? It's like, yeah, just like a little, yeah, like a little sort of, a little manual of some sort. They're like, send in the manual. So I get to the hotel, and sitting on the desk is this book that's like, and someone had been given the task of printing out the entire website for, I think it was Gate World. I was like, you could have just sent me the link. It's like my sister who used to fax me websites. Dear David, think you'll like this. Like 15, 20 pages of, Or what was that?
What can I do next?
Yeah, she's single-handedly destroyed the environment, you're saying. Get her! But that's how McKay came to being. I came in to do one. I tried to make him as unlikable as possible. Seemed to succeed. And then they called me back, and I was like, for what? Hey, aren't I like in Antarctica or something at this point? Like, no, you're gonna come back for like 2 episodes. I was like, oh, okay. And then when Atlantis started up, I actually called my agent. I said, look, I heard there's this new show, and I did the show before, and if maybe let them know that I really enjoyed my time there. If there's any sort of guest roles, if they want to consider bringing my character, do it type thing. And yeah, David, sure, yeah, whatever, on to other things. And then I got this call to come in and audition for a part called Ingram. And I said, Ingram, what the hell? Okay, so I show up and I do this audition. The guy's like, no, it's too McKay. Well, I did McKay. I think I should maybe do McKay again. No, less McKay. So I did this audition, basically fighting with the casting guy about how McKay it should be. And then I got the role of Ingram. So I'm like, okay, now what? And I got a phone call just before I started saying, like, the Ingram thing's not going to work. I think we should go McKay with this. I was like, yeah, no kidding. And I remember Brad Wright took me around the first day I got there. Takes me into the set, and they're still building the Atlantis set. They'd already started shooting. Joe was out in the woods somewhere doing his hair, and like I should talk today. So everyone else was out on location, and I got walked around this Atlantis set, and I was just like, okay, again, better get this right. And I think they did a pretty good job. They Kay did a good thing. Didn't I just? I think I did a pretty good job. But who am I to say? Sorry, now you had a question. There you go, yes.
I think everybody wants to know why did they can Atlantis at the end of season 5?
I'm with you. I thought we were doing season 6. I was like, I'd spent it already. It's I souped up my Echo. Toyota Echo. I don't know. It's a very fickle industry, and I think they're very eager to start a whole new Stargate 90210, as I call it. They don't like me calling it that, but that would work for me. And I figure if some of those old teachers could come back, maybe a McKay or two here and there. I figured it could be fun. Give the kids a bit of a hassle. But yeah, no, I really don't know. Honestly, I think it's safe to say I'm as upset as you are. Maybe more. I was like, wait, so I don't get food in the morning anymore? So you're saying that there is no one to give me a breakfast sandwich every morning? This is a disaster. So I'm still getting used to feeding myself. It's a whole learning curve.
Well, Jane can feed you.
Jane can feed. Yeah, you tell her that. Thanks, David. That's great. I can be like, Jane, you're gonna have to feed me now. Look, Jane, Stargate's over, and you're gonna have to feed me. Yeah, I think I gotta learn to cook. That's what I gotta do. That's the general deal. I've got tea and toast down now. I gotta work on, and I'm not good at multitasking. It's like, honey, please don't talk to me. I'm frying an egg here. I have to close off the kitchen and turn off all the music and everything while I concentrate, and then usually burn it. Yes, right there. That's you. Yes, you have been picked.
I just want to say that our family came over from Christchurch, New Zealand, just to see you here in Melbourne, to look at your grade, and it was a perfect opportunity to say thank you in person for the wonderful years that we've had you two on screen, and not just the TV series, but Dog's Breakfast and the other movies that you've been in.
Well, thank you very much. Those are my favorite questions, the ones that I just get to sort of blush and get clapped at. Thank you very much, yes. I can't pay for your flights though, I can't. If that's what you're asking for. It's the whole family thing, it gets, Thank you. Why don't we drive down here a little bit? What about right there?
How did you come into acting? Was it something you've always wanted to do, or you just tried it out one day and said, hey, this is fun?
It was one of those. I was always a good liar, which seemed like a necessary skill. I used to love Doctor Who. I should say I used to love. Thank you for not making that as loud as the one for me. Although I hear the doc has just quit. Who would be good? You guys were casting it. Sorry, but I would watch Doctor Who, and it took me a long time to figure out that actually, I wanted to be a Time Lord. And my parents, my poor father, patiently explained over and over again that we weren't really Time Lords. And I'm getting to the point, So Baz does the same thing, cries whenever this, Dad's talking again. It was one of those sort of discoveries that I made that you couldn't actually be a Time Lord, you could actually pretend to be one though, which is actually more fun and less dangerous.